Before you start your next Commander game, I want you to stop and realize that Commander has one goal, which is not to win, but to have fun. Even people who understand this sometimes make their decks less fun to play against. There are three main problems and I have a solution for each one, starting with balancing the strength of your deck and how fun it is. I'll use my own deck as an example because I don't want to put a bad light on anyone else. I built a Sliver Hive Lord deck where I had a lot of slivers and they would get buffed up, and my Sliver Hive Lord would make it that no one can destroy my slivers. The goal was pretty simple. I just wanted to use board wipes over and over so others wouldn't be able to block because they wouldn't have creatures to block with. Each turn was me playing a land, one sliver and a board wipe each turn. And this was really strong, but it wasn't fun for others. And even though this deck has 0 cards with Salt score on EDH Rec, there is really tough part to find the line between what is strong and what is fun for others, because others weren't having fun. Yes, I could win, because you need to have a deck that has some way of winning. You don't want to build a deck that has no idea of winning. But because this was so oppressive to others that they weren't able to do their thing with their creatures, because I was always board wiping them, it wasn't fun for them. And the way you should fix this problem number one is to imagine playing against the deck yourself. Would you have fun playing against it? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't probably play it, but here is a big important disclaimer. You should play what you find fun. If others are having fun and you are not having fun, then what's the point of you playing Magic the Gathering? And the very important thing is that anyone can counter your stuff with cards like Counterspell. This happened to me. I played on Spell Table with my Sliver Hive Lord deck and it got countered 3 times in a single game. So there is definitely a way to win against my deck. It's not like it would be the most powerful thing. You should play what you find fun with people who you might not be familiar with, as long as it's not a salty deck or something that would be way too oppressive and even you wouldn't have fun playing against it. You should play against it because they have counter spells. And those who plays on Spell Table, I tried multiple different decks and I found out that if someone says that they are a power level 7 or higher, which is, well, subjective, we all know, but if you see someone say, oh, I'm a power level 7 deck and you should come play if you are also a power level 7 deck, I found out that you shouldn't worry that much about your deck if someone says that this is a power level 7, 8, 9 or 10 lobby, because they don't find it so oppressive and everyone has counter spells at this power level. Now you know that you shouldn't play really oppressive decks unless your opponents have a way to counter them. But now a second problem, which is probably a bit more important, is that it just doesn't feel fun playing against the same thing over and over. And I'm not talking about you playing the same deck. No, I'm talking about a card, for example, like Earth Dragon, and he is boring as a card because of how popular it is. Because each game it is the same. Oh, I just put dragons, dragons. And everyone says how their Earth Dragon deck is so different, even though it's just the same thing playing dragons. But I haven't played against Earth Dragon. For me, Earth Dragon are Necrons. Because I, at my local game store, play every 4th game against Necrons. And I have nothing against Necrons, they are cool. But if you play against the same thing over and over with different players, it just doesn't feel that fun. And it's just boring because there's nothing new. I know like 50 cards in my head that every person playing Necrons has. They just have Imhotep, they put artifacts in their graveyard and they resurrect them, creating 2/2 artifact token creatures, and it's just boring. And the way you could fix this is to restrain yourself on a budget, let's say $100. And the reason why is that you cannot play the most popular card that everyone plays. Because you need to find cheaper and more underrated cards. So when I see someone play a card I don't know about, I'm like, oh, that's a cool card. Maybe it's not extremely efficient as a different card, but it's cheap and it's something I haven't played against. So it's more fun. And that's what makes it fun. But there is a third problem, and this is the biggest one. I don't mind if I would play against a very oppressive deck, or if I would play every single game against Necrons. The thing I hate the most is when it's extremely long game. For me, it is 1.5 hours, but let's say 2 hours, 2 or more hours. And the problem is that everyone takes so much time to do their thing. They take 5+ minutes to take their turn. It's not fun at all for everyone, because if everyone takes 5 or more minutes to make their turn, then someone goes on their mobile and they're like, yeah, I will wait. Then their turn comes and they're thinking, oh, what do I want to do? And that player takes 10 minutes. And because every player is doing this, then the game extremely becomes long and no one is having fun at all. It feels more like a chore that you need to finish the game. And when someone plays a tutor, they tutor for 3 minutes to find a card. They're like, well, I don't know what I want to search for. I will play the tutor and I will just look, okay, this card, oh, he has something like that. I want something different. And they are searching for a card which they don't even know what card they want to do. And there is the easiest fix out of these problems is just planning what do you want to do in your opponent's turns. Just plan what do you want to do on your turn so you can play your turn immediately, and when the next player sees, oh wait, you already played your turn, and they will be more active. If you play like on your turn, you play really fast because you already know what you want to do. You play fast and your other players will see it and they will also play a bit faster because they see that, okay, this person knows what he's doing. He's not wasting anyone's time. Do you know what? I will put away my mobile. I will also concentrate more so we can wrap up this game. Just don't play cards that take too much time to resolve. And I will give you an example where all of these three problems are fixed. And this is my demon deck. It's really fun. And everyone playing against it has also fun. The first reason is that it's not oppressive. It's just me putting big creatures, big demons on the battlefield and attacking with them. So the deck is not extremely oppressive. The second reason is it's something new. How many of you have played against a demon tribal deck? Well, it's less than 1% of people based on EDA track. And no one played against this. For example, if you play against dragons, you know how it is. But if someone brings to the table demons, you are so excited. I never play against demons. I have no idea. Maybe I knew few cards that are demons, but there are so many cards I haven't played against. It's so much fun. I have a tutor called Ruin Scared Demon. But when I play him, I immediately know I'm searching for Liliana's contract. So it takes me under 30 seconds to find Liliana's contract and shuffle my library. So it doesn't take me 3 minutes, but just 30 seconds to do this whole thing. And no time is wasted mindlessly tutoring and thinking, oh, what should I get? Well, maybe that, no, that, no. So I just don't waste time with my tutors. I immediately know, okay, when I play a tutor, I'm looking for this specific card. And each player has one of these three problems. I tend to play more oppressive decks. I just like playing these stronger decks because sometimes I forget that the main goal of Commander is to have fun. And I'm just playing, a card like Swivel Hive Lord with board wipes to win. It's a good strategy, but it is not that much fun. And you might have the same problem of playing oppressive decks, or you might take long turns. Maybe it takes you more than 5 minutes to decide what you want to do and you are just not paying attention in your opponent's turns and not planning at all. Or you are playing way too popular decks which end up being boring because it's the same thing over and over and over. Each player has one of these problems. If someone says they have no of these problems, they are perfect in all of these three areas, you know they are lying. So after you find your problem, which I told you and also told you how to fix it, I can tell you that you will enjoy your next Commander game even more. No matter if you win or lose, you will have a lot more fun because the games will be faster. Players will play cards that most people don't know about and they are fun because, oh, it's something new finally. And you won't play two oppressive decks that remove that much fun. Again, disclaimer, people have counter spells, but still, you will have a lot more fun playing your next Commander game. If this video helped you, I highly recommend you to watch this video next. Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned, my friends.